Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of Boiling Points. My name is Wren, and I'm your host. Welcome to my kitchen, or TBR's kitchen, whichever you'd prefer. A fun fact about this show is it was actually originally named TBR's Kitchen. We decided to take a little bit more of a fun twist on it. On today's episode, we'll be talking about The Little Mermaid 2023. We'll be starting with a little cocktail and ending with Sebastian's Crab Cakes. What you're going to need is Captain Morgan, spiced rum, an orange, pineapple juice, and the summer edition of Red Bull, the June Berry. We are going to take our shaker and grab some ice. Make sure you wash your hands. We always wash our hands in this kitchen. You're going to ice your glass first, so it's nice and cold for your drink, and then you're gonna put some ice in your shaker. Fantastic. Now you're gonna grab your very fun jigger, and you're going to decide if you want to get really drunk or just a little tipsy. We're going to do just a little buzz since we are cooking today and we don't want to burn down the house. You're going to pour about 1.5 ounces. We're making 2 drinks. I guess we should give a drink to our cinematographer for the day. So another 1.5 ounces. Beautiful. And then in here, you're going to pour a total of about 4.5 ounces of pineapple juice. It's kind of up to your preference on how much you'd like. I like pineapple juice, so I'm gonna put a decent amount. And then one last 1/2 ounce to make you feel the love. Beautiful. You are going to take this and we are going to make sure that's sealed and shake. In one hand shake. You could do a fancy shake. Fantastic. You're going to pour these beautiful drinks right there. And it's got a beautiful little foam, just the way we like them in this kitchen. And we are going to garnish today with an orange. So you're going to top it with your Red Bull in just a moment, but you gotta get your garnish ready. Now listen, I don't cut the best, so do as I say, not as I do. Beautiful, beautiful. I've never actually tried this Red Bull, so this is a complete guesstimation. Yeah, this is gonna be delicious. Beautiful. Beautiful. And here you have your mermaid water. And let's all remember that Ursula is also a mermaid, so. All right, and here's our taste test. That's a lot of rum, but it's delicious. It's nice and pretty, and it's really light. I really like the June Berry flavor. I knew it was going to be purple, and I kind of wanted that little vibe. So it kind of looks a little murky because global warming. You're welcome. Climate change. You can catch us in hopefully our future TBR Media's cookbook. It's happening one of these days. All right, let's run through all the ingredients you'll need to replicate these from home. You are going to need, first off, crab. You can use either real crab or using a pound of imitation crab. You're going to need some parsley. You can pick either the curly kind or the Italian parsley. Some French. What are these called? Green. I almost called them French. Okay. Oh. Some green onions. That just bopped me in the face. Some green onions. You're gonna need some green onions. A red bell pepper or a red pepper. You can kind of pick from there. A red onion. I prefer red onion over regular. And then you are going to need 2 eggs, some butter, mayo, a variety of seasonings. We are using Old Bay, onion powder, garlic powder, ground mustard, smoked paprika, chili powder, and salt and pepper. And then we're going to use some oil, some plain breadcrumbs, and mayo. So The Little Mermaid is coming out on Thursday, which is when this video is releasing, and we want to know how you're feeling about it. Are you excited? Were you one of the people that got upset because Ariel is not white for once? I'm personally not as excited as I am about eating these crab cakes as I am about that movie. I want the crab cakes. I'm not super excited about the movie. Why is Prince Eric not as hot as he should be? All right, now that you've diced all of your vegetables, I forgot what they were called, your vegetables and your herbs, we are going to take our crab. Now, you need about a pound worth of crab. You can use real crab, imitation crab, whatever suits your fancy. We are using imitation crab because that's just what works better. Typically, you would want to kind of like, it would be a little bit more shredded because it's coming out of an actual crab. But since we decided to not have PETA come after us for killing Sebastian ourselves, we are just shredding it just a little bit. So it just looks a little bit more like crab meat. I mean, it's not the worst. I could eat imitation crab any day, guys. Look at that. That's a string cheese. You want some? You're going to, in a small bowl, which this feels small, start with your 2 eggs. We are not talented enough to do a one-hand crack here, but we're going to not attempt for the vibes. Beat your eggs like they're Ursula trying to steal your man. In here, you are going to add all of your seasonings. Now, most recipes will try to keep it pretty simple. I say season with your heart. And if you think that salt and pepper is the only seasoning you need, season with somebody else's heart. And you're just gonna season to your heart's content. That doesn't like come out as nice as I want it to. So we're just gonna do a little pour. Beautiful. I'm gonna put a little bit of dry mustard in there. Some of the recipes have you put natural like Dijon mustard, stuff like that. You pick your poison. Obviously there was a bunch of controversy with Halle Bailey's casting. As you can tell, we love that Ariel is a woman of color, actually I was leading the train for her to get removed. It was of course me. And I know we threw a little bit of slander towards my man, Prince Eric, but it's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. The real villain is Melissa McCarthy. No, I'm really excited. Melissa McCarthy has always been just like a household funny. She's a funny girly. We love her. And so I'm excited to see, you're gonna mix this now. I'm excited to see it. From the shots that I've seen, the reason we're making Sebastian is because he looks so gosh darn scary. Like, nightmares. Nightmares. Bring back the funny little, like, animated Sebastian. Because, he gave me the creepy crawlies. The creepy crawlies. Now we are, as we've combined most of our seasonings with the egg, we are going to add the rest of our vegetables. So we are adding the red bell pepper, your French onion, parsley, red onion, and we are going to wait to add our crab until we add our mayo. So this is about 2 tablespoons is what it said to do with this. So I think it said a tablespoon. I'm gonna done a little bit more. So you're gonna mix that in. This is 2 green onions. I always want to call these French onions, and I don't know why, like French onion dip. 2 of those. We have about 2 tablespoons of parsley and a 1/2 cup of red onion. That smells so potent. Beautiful. And then you are going to lightly combine. Now we are eyeballing the 1/4 cup that this mayo provides. That you needed the mayo. And then you're going to mix that all together. Now looking at this does not look that appealing, but trust and believe it's going to get there. Sebastian's enter the mixture. We're gonna do half now and then pour the rest in, because that just feels like a lot. It looks so pretty. The problem is I might have messed up. Now in this they wanted us to use crackers. I think using crackers is stupid. I think I have to like form it into a ball and coat it in some breadcrumbs. I think that's gonna be the best case scenario. And then we're gonna bake it. Okay. 1 second. I'm gonna snap and we're gonna make a transition right here. You ready? Beautiful, we have gloves. You are going to take this and form it however you would like. I think I'm gonna do like that. This feels like a lot, guys. I think that. I don't really know what this is supposed to look like. Ta-da! We're gonna bake these at 450 degrees for 12 to 14 minutes. And we're not gonna flip them or anything, so let's pop these babies into the oven. So you have Rob Marshall directing The Little Mermaid, and he last directed Mary Poppins Returns. I don't know about you, but I actually am a very big Disney stan. We did a little trivia night the other night where we were just naming Disney movies off of their scores. And it is probably unhealthy how many Disney movies I can name in the first 3 seconds based off of the song or the score. I'm really excited. I loved Mary Poppins Returns. One of my favorite movies. I love Mary Poppins. We all love Mary Poppins. So I'm really excited to see his work. I think I just don't like, I think it's the CGI. The CGI just doesn't look good in those trailers, and I'm hoping it's just the trailers. Like, I'm hoping it's just one of those where it's like, the trailers just aren't their best moments. You have Jonah Hauer-King as Prince Eric, and I know we slandered him. He's a very handsome man. So again, I'm hoping that it is just the trailers that just haven't been portraying him in his full handsome self. We also, I don't know if they've kept this part in, but we all remember in the first Little Mermaid where Ursula then becomes a beautiful young girl and tries to steal Prince Eric away, and we haven't seen that transformation yet. So I'm wondering what take they did on that, if we're still doing that, which I imagine we would have to keep the same authenticity of the story with King Triton losing his powers. It looks like they're keeping most of the original plot, which is exciting. I do hope there are some just newer and modern twists on it. And now that we have an actual person doing the aerial push on the rock, I want to know the logistics to that, because that has always looked so painful. Bro, that's scales on your body. That has to hurt. That little... We have gotten our crab cakes out of the oven. They are beautiful. They smell delicious. Here's one that we've already gotten off. Boom. I made some little ones too and just covered them with some more breadcrumbs. I think it depends on what kind of crab cake you want. I like the way these ones look, mostly because I don't really like a bunch of bready texture. A beautiful plate full of Sebastians. Sebastian cakes, if you will. Now you wanna kiss the girl. Go on and kiss the girl. Kiss the girl. Oh, hey, kiss the girl. Like all good crab cakes and crabs, you have to drench them in butter.
Oh no, Sebastian.
That's a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. How is Sebastian?
Getting the perfect bite of Sebastian. You know, it's pretty good.
Everything's good when you're under the sea. You can see The Little Mermaid in theaters on May 26th, starring Halle Bailey, Melissa McCarthy, and Javier Bardem. Thank you for coming to my kitchen, or TBR's kitchen, whichever you prefer, and making a delicious Sebastian cake and some beautiful mermaid water. you can catch us again here in July, where we will be doing another crowd favorite. It is not a new release, but something very warm to our own hearts. I'll give you a hint, and you can make your guesses in the comments below. It's centered around a cartoon show with a dog. That's all you get. Thank you again for checking us out here and joining me on the first ever episode of Boiling Points. I've waited probably the better half of almost a year for this show, and so I'm so excited to not only have a beautiful kitchen to do it in, but all of you to share it with. If you don't follow us on everything else, you can catch us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We have a Buy Me a Coffee if you want to request different content that you want. If you want to see something on Boiling Points, I don't have any plans for the next time. We have July, but the next time after that when we have it planned, we don't have plans. Make a request on our Buy Me a Coffee. If you want to be on our close friends and see some sneak peeks of what we're doing for specialty content like that, you can also request to be on our close friends on Buy Me a Coffee and see that. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. And wherever you are in the multiverse, at least you're not Peter Parker. I guess at least you're not Sebastian.